Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 29th of April to the 5th of May 2024. So we are now out of Mercury retrograde and we're in the final phase now up until the 14th of May, where it's looking back to see what we've learned. So what was the Mercury retrograde in Aries lesson for you? It's largely about mastering our mind, raising our mind up to higher consciousness, but depending on where that was in your chart, all manner of lessons and synchronicities will have shown themselves since the 2nd of April. So the lower aspect of Aries is rashness, anger, frustration, lower ego and pushing from the will. And the higher aspect of Aries is the spiritual warrior, higher consciousness, divine dynamism and putting our actions and focusing our higher will to places where action's required for elevation and liberation. So very important Mercury retrograde there since the 2nd of April. Mastering the mind, getting out of our head, not coming from lower driving forces, and we should be able to see that this has been a valuable and transformative phase. This week Mars meets with Neptune. So on the 9th of March, Mercury passed over the Neptune point. We spoke about that at the time, being able to see through illusions and to sense with our internal intelligence, cellular intelligence, and receive great revelations. And then the 3rd of April, Venus passed over Neptune, which was the purification of the heart and embodying spiritual awareness and love as a state of being. Both of those had big manifesting potential because Neptune is like a tuning fork for us to call in the higher energies and align with higher vibrations. So Mercury the mind in March, Venus the heart in April, and now Mars conjunct with Neptune on the 28th, but permeating the week, as by the end of the week the moon will pass over that conjunctive point. So perfect timing with this, coming straight after the Mercury retrograde has ended, Mars meeting with Neptune, showing us our deep desires of where we want to place our energy and raise our levels. But I feel this will foreshadow when Neptune goes into Aries next year, because Mars is the ruler of Aries. Neptune's currently in Pisces, but when Neptune goes into Aries, just after the spring equinox next year, this starts a whole new spiritual cycle of 168 years. So this is almost as big as Pluto moving into Aquarius. It's a complete change of frequency for the whole collective and starting a brand new cycle. So Pluto moved into Aquarius and is educating us now on be the vibration that you want to receive. Our influence radiating from and calling to our physical selves in the vibrational energy around us, our transmitter, receiver, awareness. And Neptune moving into Aries will be a purification and a whole new way of life, tuning into receiving the divine feminine frequencies and activating our passion and our soul desires. So both Pluto and Neptune have to be lived, to feel it, embody it, become it, and change paradigms in the process. But with Mars meeting with Neptune in their current placements, this feels like a foreshadowing of next spring, with Mars at home in Aries, Neptune at home in Pisces, right at the end there, getting ready to tune us in to what's to come. So this will be especially strong for people that are Pisces or Aries or have strong Pisces and Aries components to their chart. Pisces the last sign of the zodiac, Aries the first sign of the zodiac. We're being prepared now to cross a very invaluable threshold. So pay attention this week. Mars meeting with Neptune and then the moon crossing over that point. So that takes the whole week. Very subtle level. It's not something can be thought about. Your dreams might be really strong. Inspiration, intuition, and great healing and cleansing opportunities on a very cellular level as well. So a sense of stillness and rebirth there with this very special meeting. Last week on the 21st we saw Jupiter meet with Uranus in Taurus, and now the Sun is approaching both of those planets to take that to the next level because things work in layers. So reflect back on what the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction brought up for you. 22 degrees Taurus. Things that were in the mix were values, self-esteem, authenticity, inner strength, and a deconditioning of the heart and anything that's been held in bondage from romantic or emotional programming. So as the Sun approaches Uranus on the 14th of May and Jupiter on the 19th of May, we'll actually see those two activated to the next level. So once again we have a week full of water, fire and earth, with only Pluto in the air sign of Aquarius. So everything's very visceral, from the old to the new, and all changes need to be embraced and embodied. Our paradigms change so that we can live from a new perspective, a newly revealed vantage point, being able to see step by step what's coming up, and being able to let go of old fears and doubts, lack and loss, as we turn fear to love and we embrace our power to create our world. There's a lot of pre-established beliefs that are false, given to us from a very early age, that need to be dissolved in order to make room for us to take back our sovereignty. So look to where Pisces, Aries and Taurus is in your chart for all these happenings. Things seem nice and quiet. It's always good to be able to take a rest, find a bit of silence and peace when there aren't eclipses and retrogrades taking all our attention. So it's restful, cleansing and spiritual week, with the main focus on 29 degrees Pisces, the last degree of the zodiac. Expand our timeline to what do we really want to let go of over ages and lifetimes. So this one takes the bigger perspective, the longer vision, and can only really be felt. But the whole process is very revitalizing, sensitive and magical. So if you'd like to see what this is happening for you, I am available zoehind7@gmail.com for readings, courses and coaching. And I post these videos on my YouTube channel, Zoe Astro, Instagram, Zoehind7 and Facebook, AstroZoe. Please do like, share and comment if you feel called to. But most of all, stay centered and focused. This is a week of right thought, right feeling, right word and right action. Focusing on higher goals, dispelling the illusions, and a gentle but complete change of lifestyle. So wishing you a transformative week, and I'll see you next week.